Yeah, okay, second time lucky, let's give this a go. Oh, let's do that first. Okay, here we go. Oh no, here we don't go. Here we go. I don't know. There we go. That was better. And I've still got a lot of power. Full throttle down. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, without a doubt, that is the best that I'm going to hit it. Oh, that didn't come down. So yeah, I think that's about as perfect as I'm going to get. I think I get a feel for what I've got to do. So yeah, maybe if Sarah's all right later, I can give it a go. So I've found my little bypass route to avoid the office. I always like to find these sneaky ways to get back in without disturbing anyone and maintaining my peace and quiet, and also perhaps a few questions about what the hell I was doing. I did explain to Harry, but yeah, he definitely did not have a clue what I was talking about. And actually, sometimes, I mean, okay, this is a tactic that I've used when I don't want to engage in conversations with perhaps a pushy seller or someone who's a little bit too keen. You just out-talk them and you talk nonsense, and you kind of play them at their own game, and I think perhaps that's what it came across like I was doing when yeah, I didn't want to hear about tours, but I desperately wanted to tell him about my uphill challenge. But yeah, I do like him, to be fair. Today, reassessment and improvement is truly the name of the game. So I have a saucer for my coffee, so there's been no table on the spillage on the table, but there was a sneaky bit of coffee that was resting in that saucer. Then when I pick up the saucer to drink, it has dripped down my front, not once, but yeah, I've done it twice now. So am I going to go back to the bathroom to try and wipe it down again? I'm going to let that rest for a moment and brew. So it seems like the rain is coming down hard now. Whether this challenge has been blown out of the water, I think perhaps it has. Sarah is still well and truly out for the count, so there's no chance of waking her up. So I'm going to let her be. And I have done a little bit of research into Hinduism. So Hinduism here accounts for 86% of the population, so the vast majority of people. And I know a little bit about the concept of Brahman, Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma, let's say. The beginning, the middle and the end, the creator, the sustainer and the destroyer, and the ultimate reality of Brahman, as it does play into a fair bit of Advit Vanta. But the polytheistic nature of Hinduism is something that I don't really know much about. I didn't know why individuals pray to different deities and different gods. Why are you praying to Ganesh? Why are you praying to Shiva or Vishnu or Ishwar? So I did a little digging, and apparently there are deities or devatas that families have and they worship through the generations. But also there's a system of assignment of a deity to a child when the personality has been observed and categorized. Yeah, they know the way you think to a degree. Are you an artistic soul? Are you a quiet soul? Are you an outgoing introvert, extrovert? Whatever it may be, they will then assign you an appropriate deity that will help and guide you, which I found really interesting. So yeah, I learned a little something today, and yeah, I was having a little think, who would my deity be? Who would my devata be? I've always liked Ganesh. He has always been that cool elephant, hasn't he? Wise old fellow, but yeah, perhaps I need to ask someone who knows a little bit more and who can maybe assign me a deity to keep me on the straight and narrow. Choices and decisions. Do I go high or do I go low? Today I'm going to go high and I'm going to head back up the hill. And while I do, I'm going to try and talk about Advit Vedanta. So, Advit Vedanta, it's an offshoot of Vedanta, which is possibly the oldest the oldest texts that relate to Hinduism, and it's I guess a new interpretation. Advaita means essentially non-dual, Vedanta knowledge, and it's also known as the science of consciousness, and it's I guess a logical explanation for the way that reality is in its entirety and in the highest form of ultimate truth, and also how it subdivides into the dualistic plane that we experience, and how the world we live in is just an illusion, and it offers a way to find moksha, which is kind of like heaven or nirvana, but it's that liberation and that reunification with Brahman, not Brahma, Brahman, which is that ultimate higher truth, that ultimate consciousness, that undivided, complete, all-encompassing, I don't even want to say entity because it exists outside the concept of object. And so we as we're the Atman, that's the bit of divinity within us, the pure piece of Brahman, with the Jiva, the personality of worldly desire that's overlaid the Atman, and we fall into this sleep, this illusion that everything around us is real, when actually all we can truly be certain of is that old adage, I think therefore I am. You know you're conscious, you know that you're the witness and that you're observing and you're viewing, but other than that you can't be sure of anything. You don't know whether when you look into someone's eyes whether there is consciousness looking back at you, and as Alan Watts said, perhaps it's Brahman looking back in the mirror and not recognizing himself, which is what a Vedantist would tell you, I think. So yeah, there's my crude rundown of Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic answer to everything, I think. The people that I looked at, not particularly recently, but I listened to a guy called James Schwartz, Bob Kindler, and also I would say Alan Watts, always Alan Watts. He's going to say it to you and present it in a beautifully poetic and artistic way, but I would advise everyone to have a little look, do a little digging, and it will provide the answers. It's whether you're ready to realise them. I've spent another day where I've had the luxury of wandering, sitting, enjoying, reflecting, and collecting my thoughts, and I find myself back down in the beautiful abyss by the river, which has swelled. It's been raining, and with the weather change there comes a different feel to all of these spaces. There's a smell of life in the air, that O2 that's been released, I guess. The river has swelled, and the algae has made it insanely slippery on the way down, so the handrail had to be used. I did almost lose it a couple of times. And I definitely have an affinity with this place and with water. Perhaps that's because I'm a Piscean. And also with mountains. While I've been here, I've realised that, yeah, I love being on the top of a mountain, and I guess through my ancestry I am part from Kashmir, and Kashmiris are mountain people. So yeah, I can't recommend this place highly enough. I've said it many times, but yeah, I'm happy to just chill and walk about this space, and again, haven't seen anyone. Yeah, it's great. So she has risen from the sleepy slumber that was, but is she get up for being dragged out and stuck on the back of the Honda Scrappy to try that hill? I don't know, that might be a hard sell.
So I am out of bed, feeling a bit better. Earlier I was a bit, shaky, but Tim has persuaded me.
I've done some wrist twisting, and yeah.
And yeah, we're going to go and try to do this hill. Let's see.
And let's be fair, what's going to make you feel better? A little journey, an adventure up the hill on Scrappy.
Success on Scrappy. So yeah, fingers crossed. I've only had breakfast, so I'm a bit lighter, so might work.
We're not taking any backpacks. We're doing it as light as we can for maximum chance of success.
All right, Scrappy, Tim, you've done the rehearsal, you've done the practice.
Okay, let's do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Nah, that's as good as I'm going to be able to do it. That was the perfect line, full throttle, and man, this thing is smoking. But yeah, no, I admit defeat. That is not happening. Sorry, Sarah, waste of time.
Oh, damn it!
Bollocks, that was worse than before, and I did it better. I don't get that.
Scrappy.
Okay, anyway, yeah, let's turn it around.
We did not succeed. Scrappy did not do it, but he was really good. Tim was really good. You can see he'd been practicing. But hold on, I've got the short straw. I'm walking back down again. I've just like reserved my energy, and now I'm kind of using it up walking down this hill. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. Scrappy is a chilled one, hasn't got the power, and yeah, never mind.
I think you probably could have jumped on the back on the way down with me, to be honest.
Yeah, could have.
How disappointing, but there's no way. Like, I hit that absolutely perfectly. I had the throttle on. Just keep walking mosquitoes. Completely full, and that was smoking badly, and each time I try it seems to be smoking more, if I'm honest. And we're back down to where we need to hand it back in terms of petrol, so that was it. Can't always be a winner.
No.
Yeah.
But oh man, these mosquitoes are annoying. They're like following me. Whew.
So it's not the Honda Scrappy, it's the Honda Scoopy. It's like a cross between a Scrappy and a Snoopy. It's a Scoopy. Maybe that's why I've been disrespecting him all this time.
Sorry, Scoopy.